All right. Um, Hello, I'm Trent Howard, and this is my OTA Culminating Assignment. I'm a digital media adjunct professor. Um, I'm excited to share my thoughts on all I've learned throughout this course. I feel like I'm a lot more prepared to transition into an online classroom. Right now, I just teach a traditional face to face, but with the situation in the world, it definitely seems that being able and prepared and ready at any time to jump into an online classroom is going to be very valuable and important. So I'm grateful for the expanded knowledge of Canvas and the other tools that are at my fingertips. So with that said, let's dive on in and let's start talking about what we have gone through throughout this course. So starting off, just demonstrating something that I've learned on Canvas, a tool or technique that's really I'm looking forward to using in my course this upcoming semester. Let me jump out of the slideshow for a second. And the thing that I have found that has been super helpful, it seems pretty obvious, but it's this button right here, the recorder upload media. Oh, there I am. Hello. Um, so I have always struggled with trying to find a third party software or program that's going to allow me to get a good screen recording, and then trying to take that and then upload it onto Canvas it's always been a hassle. So having this option right here within Canvas, I don't know how I didn't know about it before, but it is so valuable, as well as just being reminded of all the other ways to make the my online course more dynamic and engaging. The ease of being able to upload images, different files, links, um, to really make, like I said before, a dynamic classroom that are going to help the students be more engaged, especially with it being an online classroom. Really got me excited to really revamp my course and to really make it a lot more aesthetically appealing to the students. So that's when it comes to Canvas, something I'm really looking forward to this upcoming semester within Canvas. Um, Next, I want to talk about adding more social presence to an online classroom. So, going through this, there's really three main areas that I really wanted to focus on to increase that social presence, make the students feel that I'm more involved, and also that they're just not alone, that they're not the only student taking the course, um, and that there is opportunities and there will be options to collaborate throughout the semester. So the first being, um, I want to start by adding an introduction to the course of video. So just when the students sign up at the very beginning of the semester, sending out an announcement with this video that overviews the course, um, and helping the students get a really solid idea of what they can expect throughout the semester. A video is so much more engaging than reading a syllabus. I feel like we've all been there in the past when we've taken courses back in our college experience that um, you just can't guarantee that the students are really going to dive into the syllabus. So having a video that it gives them a good idea and foundation for what the course is going to be, what they can expect, and more than that, it just helps them to know that who I am and that I have a personality. I'm a person. I'm excited to teach them. I'm not just this ambiguous figure that grades their papers, which I feel like having taken online courses can really it can happen very easily. And so that introduction video, I think, is going to be crucial to really helping get the course started off on the right foot. Like I said, not only do I want the students to know that I'm a resource, I'm there for them, but I want them to know that they're not alone in the course and that there are other students in the online course with them. So, creating a student bio assignment where at the very beginning of the semester, the students will just record a short video talking a little bit about themselves, why they want to take the course, maybe some of their ambitions moving forward. Submit that, and then using the discussion feature within Canvas, allowing the students to comment on at least two other students' videos so they can get a feel for the other students in the class. They can see if there's any students that they'd like to work with for future projects, because having some group projects on the online in an online course will be something that I'll be also adding to the coursework, and so it really helps them just get a good feel for the other students. And then the last one is just the online video lectures. With how my course is set up, it is very lecture heavy. I teach the DGM 1110 course where we are diving into the Adobe Creative Suite, which is Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere. So we're doing a lot of work within different software programs. And so by creating these instruction videos, which I saw were incredibly helpful the last half of spring semester when we went online, um, it really helps the students follow along with what they're expected to do, how they can use the softwares, navigate through it, how to use the tools. It's just something that you can't really write out, or depend on the students going and finding their own YouTube tutorial to walk them through. So creating this library of online video lectures, going through the different projects, it's going to help the students feel that they have the support they need to get through the DGM 1110 course, which I teach. And again, it just really helps them see that I'm who I am, that I like, not to be conceited or vain, but just it just helps them feel more connected to me as a teacher, and that I do really care about their success. So that's the social presence. So let's talk now about new resources. There were a ton of new resources that I was introduced to in this OTA course. But the one that I like the most, that I'm really excited for, is just TED Talks, which I've listened to TED Talks a ton throughout my life, but I really haven't thought about incorporating them into my class. TED Talks are awesome because they're usually by very, the people giving them are very motivated, very successful, but they're presented in a way that usually you can connect really well with the people presenting. There's one TED Talk that I found through this course that I actually think the students will really love and really be able to connect with. It's by Taki Waititi, which he's got a very unique name. But the reason I think the students can connect with him is he's very well known in the world. You might not have heard his name, but he's the director of some of the Avengers movies, Thor 3, Thor Ragnarok. He directed. He also is an actor. He's in Thor, or in the Avengers movies. So he's someone that the students know. He's very successful, and he's smart, he's witty, he's funny, he's creative. And this video really helps the students see how creativity, which is so crucial within the DGM department and just any careers within digital media, how creativity can be expanded, and how they can use their creativity to do what they want, whether that is in digital media or if that's in another field. So I'm really excited to use this video. And I love that the TED Talks as well, because they have a whole library on their website. They're all, when it comes to being credible, like you don't have to really weed out any garbage within there, like YouTube. It can be a little dicey trying to find good, credible resources there, where TED Talks, just they're very credible, and there's a whole library for you to pick from. Now I want to talk about moving forward, an assessment that I've used, that I really feel like can be applied very well online, as well as just helping students succeed more than just in the classroom. This is called the Personal Logo Project. It's not formative, it's summative. It's a summative assignment where it takes everything that the students have learned through Illustrator, so one of the software programs, and it's taking all that knowledge and culminating it into one project. So they have to use all the tools, the strategies, everything they've learned throughout Illustrator to create this personal logo project. But the reason I really uh, like this project, and I feel like it does more than just highlights their skills. We try to make it so it's really applicable to the student. So it's called the personal logo project, but that doesn't mean that they're making a logo just for themselves. Um, this project, they can make a logo for any business that they want to create. Or if they work for a company and the logo is not great, we invite them to rebrand their company and take their creativity and really, maybe they have a friend who's starting a business, to create a logo for them, and taking this knowledge that they've learned through Illustrator and applying it into the world and creating something of value for themselves or for someone else. And if you look at this logo with kind of um, this arm that's flexing, this was a project that a student did. They worked for a gym and they didn't like the logo of the gym that they worked at. So they created this new logo and they showed it to their boss, and their boss actually really liked it. And for FitCon that year, which is a big fit convention, they presented that, or they used this logo, and the student got paid for a project they did in my class. I think she said she made a couple $100 off it. And for me, that just really helps illustrate how the skills the students are learning, and I express this at the beginning of every semester. You don't have to have this huge knowledge of Illustrator or the different digital media programs to be able to create value for people. This student had never used Illustrator before, and within a few weeks, she was able to create something that her company thought was valuable. And so I think it's a great way for students to use what they're learning, but also just apply it into the real world or outside of the classroom. Which, I mean, goes ties perfectly into student success strategies. The next section, two different success strategies that I like to incorporate into my courses after, or I want to more fully incorporate after taking this course, is just that real world application, like I talked about in the personal logo assignment, as well as the online one project is their online digital media portfolios. But the real world application, so having them try to take their projects and apply it to the real world, but also I'm an adjunct faculty member. I work at a digital marketing agency full time. And so there's a lot of times where I can see or I encounter problems with a client that I think could be really applicable for my students. And so I'll bring that into the classroom and try and incorporate it within an assignment, or even if it's just like a discussion we have at the beginning of class saying, hey, this is what I'm seeing with this client. Let me know what you would do. How would you revamp their website, or what different color tones would you go with to try and make their website more engaging or their product more engaging? And trying to help the students take what they're learning and see how they can apply it again outside of the classroom. Um, and this all goes together with their online digital media portfolios. You can see an example down here of Marissa Clements. But throughout the semester, we're doing a lot of projects, which can be seen as busy work. Some of them, they're trying to learn the tools, so it's not as beautiful. Their projects aren't as beautiful as others, as their core projects. But in the end, when they leave the classroom, the last project is this online digital media portfolio, which they create and they take with them. And it highlights all the work they've done. It highlights their mastery of the different Adobe Creative Suite programs. And this portfolio is something they take with them, and they can use it to get internships, to get entry level jobs. I've had students nail a entry level digital media job, doing graphic design, through their portfolio. And again, it just really cements the fact that you don't need a ton of that the stuff they're learning can be applied into their careers immediately if they want to, but if not, it can help them get into the digital media program and continue to refine those skills that they're learning. Real quick, the course design rubric. One section that I want to implement more fully into my course is section 1-5, the instructions for accessing third-party materials. this is huge for my course simply because third party materials, the Adobe Creative Suite is a third party material, and that is in essence without being able to access the Adobe Creative Suite, there's no way for students to really do my course or to be successful. And so one thing I really want to make sure that I'm focusing on using this course design rubric is how the students can access it. I'm going to provide detailed instructions at the beginning of the semester, written out, as well as a video tutorial. And I want to offer extra office hours the first week of the semester just to really assist any students in getting the software set up, as, like I said, their success hinges on being able to access these creative, or the Adobe Creative Suite, which UVU provides for them free of cost. Just an amazing resource that the students don't have to worry about accessing. Um, to sum it all up, a few topics to enrich my teaching practice from this course. Overall, I just want to. This has made me want to analyze all of my projects, all of the assignments I have, to make sure that they promote the student success. Like, is there an underlining theme that's going to really help the students succeed from the projects we're doing? Are there better resources I could be using to give the students? Are the instructions clear, and does it meet UVU standards? So that's one thing I really want to incorporate and go through my course to make sure all my projects hit those marks. I want to incorporate additional resources. I mean, I had never used Adobe Spark before. I teach the Adobe Creative Suite, and I've never used it. This presentation is made through Adobe Spark, so there's just so many more resources I want to incorporate into my course, as well as, like I said before, that introduction video, the overview of the course, as that really an online course, setting the foundation and having that video to really help the students get a really good grasp on what the course is, who I am, how to contact me is going to be crucial, and I'm really excited to create that video and implement it, even in my standard course, and send that out before that the students come to class. Um, so altogether, that's it. It's been a great course. Thank you so much for listening to this, and I am out.